RT Boxing Show. We're back at it. I'm your host, Mr. A, the Ready Talk Boxing. I'm going to be talking about a fight I just found out about, thanks to the world of Twitter. I've seen the boxer before in training on some. I think he was running with Joshua. I'm not too sure where I've seen him at, but Umar Sadiq. I'm not too sure if that's the same guy or not, but I saw him talking some shit on Twitter, and it caught my attention. You know, I replied back to him like, "Hey, I'm interested now. Let's see what you got." You know, I never heard of the guy, never heard of him, but you know, the shit he was talking. It's like you might think you're good to as a competitor, but I'm just levels above you. I'm going to show you. So I'm like, all right, you know, that's you want to hear shit like that in boxing. So I looked up his competitor. Like I said, the person I discovered was Umar Sadiq. You guys might know him, the young, probably he's 3-0 now. He's taking on Chelli, 4-0. Like I said, I didn't know who any of these guys are. Just the world of Twitter, and can bring me across the shit talking Umar. So I reached out again. I reached out to Umar and said I'm interested. I'm going to go research these guys, and what I've come across. This on paper, styles. We just saying styles make fights. This should be a really good fight. You know. These two guys fighting at 3-0, and I believe they're 3-0, 4-0. 3-0, 4-0, one knockout for Umar, and Zach has 2 knockouts out of his 4. To me, this is a fight of about 4 years ago, 3 years ago. These guys would have probably been 11-0, 13-0, somewhere in that bracket before they fight each other. But the fact that boxers are taking a quicker step nowadays, got that Lomachenko syndrome, out to prove it faster. These guys are fighting about 7 fights sooner than what they should be fighting. It's going to be a good fight. Styles makes fights, and you got the pressure fighter in Zach against the cool, calm, collected boxer and top boxer. You know, if I was to break this down, which I'm going to right here on the RT Boxing, from what I've watched and looked at, these guys' styles. You got Zach, who is the pressure. His pressure is not just a bully forward fighter pressure. He's kind of a slow stalker pressure. These two guys are watered down versions of what we are accustomed to. Not necessarily that's a bad thing, it's just the fact that they're just a young in their career. Now, to me, Umar, the boxer, we have questions about him. Is he that boxer that's he's tall, he's lanky, he has the reach, he seems to have the skills. You know, he boxes behind the long jab, and then he comes with the power. Is he gonna be that Jamel, or what's the 160? The Charlo, Jamal Charlo. Is it gonna be a Jamal Charlo, or is it gonna be a Amir Imam? You know, that's where he floats in between. Is he gonna be the hard coming forward jab like Joy Joyce, or is he gonna flicker it out there like a Huey Fury? But he seems to be, like I said, it's better comparison. Is he a Charlo, or is he a Amir Imam? Skills are there, but is it going to be a powerful wrecking skills, or the skills that could be folded? And he's 30 years old. And this, like I said, deep amateur background, they're coming out fast. They want to show something. He ain't got much time, like a Joy Joyce, of a Vasyl Lomachenko. And then we flip the page, and we have the competitor, 20 years old, Zach Chelli. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, bro. He, like I said, I only say watered down because they're not quite polished yet. No disrespect, but to him, like I said, I got a question mark. Is it a Charlo? Is it a Mary Mom in Top Boxer? And then the way Zach fights, I watched a lot of it. I created the show a year and a half. All I see, which is not a bad thing, but I see Regis progress. To me, this fight is Regis progress facing Imari Mom. Who do you pick in that fight? You know, that's what these two styles look like. Now the question, because Zach can box, and he's good at the pressure game. He knows when. He knows. To me, he's pretty smooth at flipping the switch on when to box, jab himself in, and to let hell unleash on you. He knows how to do it. I think just like Regis knows how to do it. You know, he gets the little feints. You know, kind of like Regis. Yes, he can be predictable and timed with his movements. Not as predictable as Regis, but they got the same little waist bend before they come in. So that, but I said, Zach is Regis. He fights the same, delivery is the same, the movements are the same, the mentality is the same. And the question mark is, what is Umar? Is he that boxer that gets shit done? Or is he that boxer who only gets to that certain level and then folds? Because I said, pressure fighters are going to be pressure fighters. We don't find out what type of boxer someone is until they meet that pressure fighter. Can they box on the back foot? Can they turn them? Can they work behind the jab and keep the distance? You know, is Umar the type of boxer that's going to get broken by pressure? And that's where we solve on this thing, because feet work. You know, Zach has that pressure feet work. He gets in small steps at a time. He takes a little angle to the left, a little angle to the right, more waist movement. Top boxer, he has a slight turning behind the jab, hard 1-2s. It all looks clean. But you can't really define any boxer until he gets that pressure moment. And I think this is his pressure moment. This is the pressure fighter moment. And I'm gonna go with same thing. I think is Umar a Josh Taylor. You know, what type of boxer is he? Is it Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis? And I think Josh Taylor ultimately wins that fight. And a tough fight, but I think the boxer pulls it off. And I'm gonna go with the boxer in this one, because maybe I believe more in the game of boxing. I believe a boxer will be able to move around the ring and pick him off. But do I think Zach has the style to knock Umar out easily? If Umar is gonna have to show us that I'm top boxer. You know, I love the name, but I'm gonna go with Umar that he does have that top boxer in him. Back foot, front foot, turning them, 1-2s, body shots, keep the distance. It takes more than pressure to beat a top boxer. But like I said, do I think Zach can knock him out? Yes, but do I think it's gonna happen? No. I'm going with Umar Sadiq to win this. It's gonna start off close. How many rounds is this? That's a big question. That is a big question. This is the Double RT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr. A. Big question here. How many fucking rounds is this fight? Log into BoxRec. You can follow the show on Twitter at RRTB Show. BoxRec says, then let's listen how many rounds this is. How many rounds are these bad boys fighting at? They don't know. I'm taking a guess. It's going to be a 4-rounder because it's in the bottom of the bracket. Damn. 4 rounds. That kind of favors the pressure fighter. But pressure fighters are slow They're like that engine that warms up. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough fight. This is gonna have to be a rematch fight down the line, I think. But I'm gonna go with the boxer right here. I'm going with Umar to slick off these 4 rounds. The WRC boxer. I mean, host Mr. A.